So you want to keep that upwind of you?
Well, yeah, just over there for now. It's really working good. Now, this is all drone brood. This is all drone brood. A lot of third worlds, that's a delicacy.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ever ate maggots before?
Nope.
Here's your chance. Sweet. Here's yours.
Give
Can't
it
be an entomologist without eating maggots.
No, that's a good point.
A lot of protein right there.
Not bad.
Definitely edible. So you ate, that's your first maggot, right? First larvae.
Oh, I've eaten a termite before.
Okay.
But he was full grown. Or she was full grown. Is this the tricky part?
No, it's just
They don't get all excited when you're doing this?
sometimes. Each hive is different. Each hive is different.
Now, if these were Africanized, you'd be dead by now.
Okay, here's this is honey. This is capped honey in here. Stick your finger in there. Okay. It's capped honey. This is capped brood. Okay, in here, see the difference?
Oh, yeah,
honey,
yeah. Yep.
Brood. This is all these.
The
this
puffier
is all,
ones.
All pupae in here. Takes 21 days for the 3 days is an egg, 7 days is a larvae, and the rest of the time up to 21 days to and it emerges as an adult. However, it only takes 16 days to produce a queen for some crazy reason.
Huh.
We think a more specialized
Queens are
insect
quicker.
would take longer, right? Just here. This was just a kind of a precarious spot to put a hive. I said, why do I have a hive here? Because there was a swarm I got last summer. I didn't really have a place for it, and it turned out where these guys went to town and did great here. So I left them.
Oh, that's pretty open.
I left them. This is pollen. See the difference in pollen?
Uh-huh.
See, we'll see more out on the other ones because this is kind of dark. You know, we don't have sunshine here. So
And how many are here? Like 20, 30,000?
no, there's a full, probably this one are probably about 30,000. But a strong hive can have 50, 60,000 bees.
I don't know if you heard the news last night. They actually had a swarm picked up in Greenwich Village, New York.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, 4.5 pound swarm.
Okay, that's a lot of bees. Okay, there's a nice brood pattern now.
Ah.
Okay. You see the difference? See this here? Like bullets? These are drones. That's drone brood. This is all female worker brood. 1/10 of 1% are drones, which do nothing except hang around in case there's a new queen and she needs to get fertilized.
Huh.
So the queen will emerge.
It's a good life.
Yeah, queen will emerge from the cell. They produce a queen. If there's a swarm, there's no queen, so they'll make a queen by feeding 3-hour-old larvae royal jelly, and they'll become a queen instead of a worker. Okay, and then she'll go on a maiden flight, and she'll mate with between. Let's see the larva. That's what I want to see. Let's see just closed brood. She'll mate with between 10 and 15, maybe even 20 drones, and she'll acquire a sperm pool that will last her the rest of her life. She'll come back from her maiden flight. She'll go in here never to leave the hive again unless they swarm.
So she's already reproduced by the time she's entered the
See, yeah. All right, so she's just mates
one time.
on a virgin flight, and then she's good for life. 3 to 5 years she'll live, and she'll lay up to 2,000, 3,000 eggs a day.
Look at the pollen basket on that one.
Right
Yeah.
there, pollen.
Huh.
Yeah, I bet the queen.
And you get more honey usually out of the upper.
This is a queen cell right there. That's a queen cell. So it's called a super seizure cell. And in case they lose a queen, there's another one.
There's another one, yeah.
In case they lose a queen, here's another queen cell. They lose a queen, then they're ready to make another one.
Huh.
but they have to have the resources. They have to have royal jelly.
But there will only be one queen at a given time.
Only one queen. And queen, they'll make queens, and they'll maybe make about 10 of them, more or less. And they'll emerge. The first one will go around and kill all the rest of them. If they emerge at the same time, they'll go into a battle of the queens. But only one will survive. And that, although the strongest, survival of the fittest. There's the queen right there. Right there. That's the queen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. See the difference in size and shape?
Oh, yeah.
She has more developed ovaries. See her abdomen?
Uh-huh.
Quite a bit larger.
Pretty cool.
So we're going to be real careful. We're going to put this back in.
Don't want to hurt her.
No, she's vital.
Everybody else is kind of expendable.
Yeah, and they are, because they have a barbed stinger, so they die unlike a wasp or hornet. They die when they sting you.
I guess it's generally not advisable to stand in the flight path here.
Usually to the side or the back, right? It's better.
Now, do you usually get more honey out of the lower cells or the upper cells?
No, the upper, because they like to store their resources up top in the attic. And they breed down the bottom, and they store up top. Generally. And the way Langstroth designed these hives 150 years ago, it's bee space. You know about bee space?
No.
Okay, he discovered bee space 150 years ago, 1854. 1854 or 1856, somewhere in there. Discovered bee space, 3/8 of an inch.
Huh.
If it's farther than that, they'll propylize it. If it's closer than that, they can't really work. Everything's 3/8 of an inch. All these measurements are 3/8 of an inch everywhere.
And what does one of these cost? These hives? That looks heavy.
Go ahead and grab your smoker
All right.
and smoke up the edge of bees right there. Drive them in. Just puff from them. That's good. That sounds like peanuts. Smash them. Okay.
I guess they don't like getting crushed there.
Yeah, this is going to be hard to get out. This is going to be loaded with honey.
And there's usually like 40, 50 pounds in this of honey?
Actually, in the deep, 80 pounds.
Wow. And how long does that take to
80
fill up?
pounds of honey. It could fill up in weeks if there's a really good nectar flow, or it may never fill up. In fact, it all depends on nectar flow. If there's a lot of food, they'll work. A lot of food, they'll work. When it gets this full, I drop it down to 9 frames instead of 10 frames, and it fits better.
Now with the parasites, like
These are all empty. These frames were all empty a month ago.
now what are you watching for as far as disease and parasites, though?
Disease is, you can see disease from the brood. This is all nectar. See the glistening?
Mm-hmm.
And this then when they fan it down with their wings to 17% moisture content. And when it gets down to 17, maybe 17.5%, they'll cap it with wax and it becomes honey.
Huh.
Now, honey is not just nectar, but it's also enzymes from the bee. Okay, and there's pollen in there because some of the somewhere safe.
Yeah.
There's pollen in there, so unlike